So here's the situation. We're putting the Volkswagen motor mounts on this TDI from a Jetta, and it's fitting inside a 98 Town & Country minivan. And the previous owner had a different mount setup that used the Town & Country motor mounts, and we're going to try to build a new motor mount. Here's what the old motor mount was. Now, the previous owner made this. They were mounting the Volkswagen TDI engine onto a Chrysler Town & Country motor mount for the V6. And this is what if you go to the junkyard, you can see the Town & Country has this Z channel, and that nests into the part of the body, part of the frame, where the engine mounts, and it's underneath the radiator. And basically there's this cylindrical mount here, and he just tried to use this, mounted a steel plate onto there, and then this is the Volkswagen mount that holds the starter and the the engine in place. Basically, these two nuts here are where the long starter screws come through here. So he just welded it together with the plate there, and the problem is that this bushing, like this cylindrical bushing that's in here, it just, all the weight mushed that down, and it transmitted all the vibration of the vehicle through this bolt, basically through that thin layer of rubber. And he tried some things to fix it. As you can see, it's totally loose, so it's not working. He tried drilling holes in it, I don't know, to loosen it up. Maybe he thought it was too stiff, and that's why. So he tried some stuff to try to fix it up, but in the end, what we really need to do is just get the standard Volkswagen motor mount, which goes from here, and there's a cylindrical, almost like 3-inch tall or 2-inch tall cylindrical piece of rubber, and then there's an inner shaft that goes through, and through there it goes through through wherever the mount is on the Jetta or whatever TDI body you got. So this isn't working. It shimmies the vehicle a whole bunch, and we're going to try to use here's our mock-up, and you can kind of see the difference. So there's that Z channel we're trying to replicate. So we're getting the Z channel here, and then this plate's going to come out, and between where the Jetta mount goes, you'll see there's a gap between that plate and this plate, and that's pretty much where our Jetta mount's going to go. There's going to be a cylindrical standard Volkswagen TDI engine mount, just a big long tube, and it'll go through that hole. So we're hoping this is going to work. If we can make it sturdy enough, this should just work fine. And then if the hole is the right size and it has the right cylindrical steel around it, it should work fine. So here's where the Jetta mount is situated. You can see the starter, like right there. There's the starter, and the bolts go through. You can see the top of the end of the bolt that holds the starter through the engine mount bracket, and then there's another one that goes even further up there. See, way up there. And we want to use this engine mount because this thing is very massive, and it distributes that vibration really well. Right now, using the Town & Country motor mount is just vibrating way too much. Alright, so the Z channel just sits up like that, and then the hole goes around there. Pretty simple design. Now, previous owner had made new mounting holes. You can see the old ones. Those are just welded in. So we made some changes. Basically, we're using a piece of 2-inch by 8-inch tube steel. It's a rectangular tube steel here. And rather than putting these stiffeners in, we figure what we'll do is we'll just cut a long 1-inch or 2-inch strip that goes all the way the length to the front of this thing, and then put in a stiffener along the side of here, so it'll box that out, and we'll just get that strength along this plate. Just makes more sense since the scrap that we're using is a piece of tube, so we'll just keep the tube there, and it'll add a lot of strength. And then just use the bottom plate to mount the cylinder on here. With the cylinder here and the piece of steel along the side, and then the tube section there, that should be a lot of strength. There shouldn't be any deflection. And then on the back here, rather than doing this like mitered end here, or chamfered end, we'll probably just have a plate that goes down here all the way the length through, and then we'll through bolt it here so we can adjust the length. So if this thing needs to tip up a little bit, we'll just undo these bolts, slide the tail out however we need to go, and then retighten it down.
Something like that. I suppose I could just hold it with my hand and tack it if I was awesome.
Let's clamp her down. Oh, it's perfect. All right, we just matched some of this. What is this stuff called?
It's a JB Weld.
Well, what's the non-proprietary name for it?
Fake metal epoxy.
So we did a little fillet there so that when this bottom mount goes in, it seats nicely in there. A little curvature. The stuff's actually pretty strong because we used it for keeping this in place when we set it up on the actual engine, and then we put our spacers on there and just used that stuff to hold it in place, and it held it really well. You had to chisel it off, right?
Yep.
So yeah, it's not bad. So it's just in here to make it seat nice. It's not anything structural. We have a few welds around there just to hold this little guy on. All right, what the heck did you put on here again?
It's a rust removal / surface prep product. It's green and it smells like rotten eggs when you apply it.
Okay.
There you go.
And then, so you applied it and let it set for 6 hours or something? How many hours did you do it?
It says overnight, so we took some artistic liberties and said that was, well, now it's been about 8 hours because we've been jerking around.
Yeah. Well, when you wipe it off, you want to get all your fingers all the way around it, and then just sort of rub off any remaining compound.
In a nice, long,
like
stroking motion.
Yeah, like this.
At a steady pace. Even pressure.
Maybe a little faster. Oh, God, that's pretty good. So anyway, we're wiping off the excess, and then we're going to do priming, right?
It leaves a white powder that you're supposed to wipe off.
But if I were doing this, I would just prime it and then spray paint it black so that it looks primo.
Black?
Yeah. Are we doing black, or what are you doing? Oh, that's right, yeah. We're going to do, cover up that brand name.
Sorry. You can edit that out.
Yeah. We're going to do chrome gold.
Sure. Why not? It's going on a gold van.
It's up to you if you want to do it.
It'll be covered in grease within 1,000 miles anyway, so it's just going to... And if someone crawls under there, I want to treat him.
You're not shaking it right. You gotta go lengthwise. Go axial.
No, this is how I do it.
Well, no wonder you're having so much trouble with that ED. Doesn't sound good.
Does not sound good at all. And we'll see how terribly rusty it is. This will never rust. It'll rust.
It's not gonna rust. There's 3 coats of paint on this thing.
It'll rust. I'll send you a pic in December, and it'll be rusty.
This one's the worst. What's that torque down to so we can tell everybody?
Two grunts and a fart.
How many fart pounds was that?
About 15.
15 fart pounds. It's not a lot. Are you worried? You think the Loctite's gonna help you out?
Oh, fart pounds is the equivalent of 20 foot-pounds, so 15 fart pounds is a lot.
Holy cow. You can do that much just with a regular old wrench.
Yep. Takes a lot of years, a lot of practice.
All right.
That turned out sexy.
Yeah, that's...
Look how well that's nested in there now.
Yeah, the
top-
building worked out perfect.
We're really gonna see it sag.
Yeah, alright, we're bringing her down. Maybe a 16th. It's not bad.
Front edge.
Oh, it did come out a little bit.
A little bit. There we go. Free and clear.
Ready.
Okay.
Ready! Nice.